Hey everyone, this is Priyanka and welcome back to Art and Culture Current Affairs session. This is part 3 of the video. I have already provided the link for part 1 and part 2 in the description. So let's begin. So friends, we will see Pichwai painting. As you guys know that due to the less awareness and the demand, the traditional art and crafts are dying. So in order to promote Pichwai, recently a workshop was held and due to which this was in news. So we will briefly see about this painting. So the word actually came from pitch, which means back, and why, which means textile hanging. So mainly these paintings were made to hang in the Hindu's temple. Guys, these paintings are believed to be originated over 400 years ago, and the roots of these paintings lies in Nathdwara, which is near Udaipur in Rajasthan. And just because of it, it is also known as Nathdwara School of Painting. Guys, Nathdwara School is actually a subset of Mewad School of Painting, which is a part of Rajasthan School of Painting. And apart from Nathdwara, Pichwai paintings are also associated with the Aurangabad region. So friends, now we will see the theme of these paintings. These paintings are actually made on cloth and they are hung behind the idol of Srinathji. Guys, Srinathji is actually a form of Lord Krishna where he is manifested as a 7-year-old child. So in these paintings, usually the tails of Lord Krishna is depicted. So, friends, these paintings are actually made by the members of Pushti Marg sect, a sect which was founded by Sri Vallabhacharya. Guys, this sect is actually a sub tradition of Vaishnavism and entirely focused on the Krishna. It is a bhakti devotional school. So, these traditional paintings are actually made from the natural colors, and the brush is said to be made from the squirrel fur. So, guys, this was all about the Pichwai paintings. Now, we'll move to next. So now we will take Wali painting. As I have told you during the Pichwai painting that traditional art forms are dying. So just like that, Wali painting is also a diminishing art. So in order to protect and conserve this art, recently workshop and exhibition were held. So due to that, these paintings were in news. So briefly we will see about these painting and its feature. So guys, first thing, Wali painting is actually one of the oldest form of Indian folk art, and these are tribal art forms. So these are actually created by indigenous tribal people who live in the Maharashtra Gujarat border and its surrounding region. So basically they reside in North Yadri range. So now we will see the features of Wali painting. So guys, Wali painting is actually having some unique feature and it's very easy to remember that. So we will see four important feature. The first one is that it uses two colors. As you can see in the screen that in this picture only two colors are used. The first one is the red or color which is used for the background, and then another one is the white pigment which is mainly used to draw different elements in this painting. So this is the first feature. Now coming to second feature, they uses geometric shapes such as circles, triangles, squares to form numerous shapes which depict the life and the beliefs of the Wali tribe. As you can see in this picture, the human are also presented in a hourglass stick figures. So this was the second feature. Now coming to the third feature. As you can see in this picture that usually in Wali painting in the central they draw a square or the circle. So the squares are known as chalk, which are mainly two types. In the one of the type which is known as Dev chalk, they usually depict the Palaghat, which is the mother goddess, which symbolize the fertility. So this is the third feature of Wali painting. Now we'll see the fourth feature. So in these paintings, usually you will find that the common scenes are depicted such as hunting, fishing, farming, festivals, dances, etc. Also guys, these paintings usually make to mark in special occasions such as wedding and harvest. Also in many Wali painting you will find the tarpa dance is depicted. So guys, tarpa is actually a trumpet shaped like instrument which is mainly played by these Wali tribals. So guys, these were the four features. Please remember that. Apart from these four features, guys, Wali painting also has a GI tag, and Jivya Shoma Mase is known as the modern father of Wali painting. as through his painting he has popularized this art, and due to that he also got number of national as well as international award. And also friends, Coca-Cola India had launched a campaign named Come Home on Diwali, where it featured Wali painting in order to highlight the ancient culture and to represent a sense of togetherness. So guys, this was all about the Wali painting. Now we will move to next. So now we will see the Cherial painting. Recently, it was in news as artists they used the traditional motifs to make a face mask to promote health consciousness as well as to spread their own art. So, friend, just like the Patachitra, Cherial is also a scroll painting, and it is a very popular and a modified form of Nakashi art, which is very unique to the state of Telangana. And as these paintings are developed and created in Cherial village of Telangana, so it is also known as Cherial scrolls. So guys, on these scrolls actually the stories are painted. So these scrolls are actually in a narrative format, just like a film roll. Here the stories are actually taken from the Indian mythology and some shorter stories from the Puranas. Then these scrolls will be used by some communities, and then they will display these scrolls along with the music and dance. So guys, these scrolls actually have different panel which is separated by a floral border. So each panel depict a one part of a story. So there is a famous community named Kaki Padagulu. They use these scrolls to narrate a story. They are also known as balladier community. So balladier is a people who are singer or reciter of ballads, and ballad are just like a short poem. And these artists also make wooden mask and doll for the storytelling. So apart from the major themes like Krishna Lila, Mahabharat, these paintings also have some common rural life narratives. And guys, please remember that the Cherial painting has also received the GI tag. So guys, this was all about the Cherial painting. Now we will move to next. Now, friends, we will take Assam Bhavana. Recently, a group of artists they performed in Abu Dhabi in English language in order to showcase this cultural wealth to new generation across the globe. So, guys, Bhavana is actually a traditional form of entertainment. It is a theater art form of Assam. Guys, apart from Bhavana, there is one another form of drama which is known as Ankiya Nat. So, Ankiya Nat is a play which was written down by Shankar Dev, who was a Vaishnav Sant or a reformer. So he has written down in Assamese mixed language known as Brajvali, a drama which is also known as one act play. So these Ankya Nat, when they are performed in a stage, then they are known as Bhavana. And please remember guys that the Ankya Nat is also one of the important part of Satriya dance, which is one of the Indian classical dance form from Assam. So these bhavanas were actually presented or performed in the places of worship known as namghars, as well as in the Vaishnav monasteries. Why they were presented or performed? Because they wanted to convey the religious messages to the villagers through entertainment. Now, friends, the theme of bhavanas are actually taken from Mahabharat, Ramayana, as well as from the Ankyanat. And these Ankyanat or the drama are centered on Krishna God. Now, friends, if we will talk about the characters involved in Bhavana, then there is one character which is known as Sutradhar. Sutradhar are the one person who recites the slok and also explain the performance in prose manner. Then, apart from Sutradhar, there is one another character which is known as Bhauriya. Bhauriya are the actors who are performing any particular character as per the script given. Then there are Gayan who are the singers. Then, apart from Sutradhar, Bhauriya, and Gayan, there is another character which is known as Bayan. Bayan are the one who are playing the instrument and such as khol and tal. Now, friends, Majuli, which is world largest riverine island formed on Brahmaputra River, it is a center of Assam Vaishnav culture as well as for the Bhavana. And every year, in the third week of November, Majuli hosts the Ras Leela festival, where Ankya Nat and Bhavana and other theater art forms are performed. So guys, this was all about the Bhavana. Now we will move to next. Now, friends, we will take Konyak dance. Recently, it was in news because it gained a Guinness World Record for the largest traditional Konyak dance performed. So, recently, around 4,700 Konyak Naga women they have performed during the Oling festival. The program was actually organized at the Mon district of Nagaland, and Oling is a festival which is celebrated in the first week of April to welcome the spring as well as to seek the blessing of Kehawang Almighty before the seed sowing. So basically, Oling is actually a agricultural festival. Apart from Oling, there is one another festival name is Lao Ong Mo, which is also a traditional harvest festival celebrated by Konyak tribe. But that festival is actually celebrated during the month of August and September. So, guys, please remember the difference that the Oling Monyo festival is actually celebrated during the first week of April, while Lao Ong Mo, that traditional harvest festival, is celebrated during the month of August and September. And apart from all these festival, guys, there is one most famous festival, that is Hornbill Festival. But that festival is actually celebrated during the month of December, that too in Kisama Heritage Village of Nagaland. So, guys, Konyak is one of the major Naga tribal group resided in Nagaland Mon district, and in Arunachal Pradesh, they are also known as Vanchos. And these tribal are famous for their fierce head hunting history. So, guys, this was all about the Konyak dance. Now we'll move to next. Friends, now we will take Hornbill Festival. It is one of the most important festival of Nagaland, which is celebrated every year in the month of December at Naga Heritage Village named Kisama, which is near the Kohima. So, guys, this festival is also known as Festival of Festival. It is celebrated every year to celebrate intertribal interaction as well as to promote cultural heritage of Nagaland. So, guys, the festival actually named after Great Indian Hornbill bird. So, the bird is actually given the vulnerable status under IUCN Red List. Guys, please remember that the great hornbill bird is not the state bird of Nagaland. Rather, it is state bird of Kerala as well as of the Arunachal Pradesh. While the state bird of Nagaland is pheasant. But as the great hornbill has a very special place in Naga culture, so just because of that, the festival is named after the great hornbill. Now, guys, as the Hornbill Festival is Nagaland festival, which exposes the culture and the tradition of tribal people of Nagaland, but for the first time ever, Tripura government has recently held the Hornbill Festival at Barmura Hill near the Agartala. So, guys, why Tripura government has held this festival? Because of two reasons. The first one is it wanted to conserve this hornbill bird, and the secondly, it want to boost the livelihood of the people through the tourism generation. So, guys, this was all about the Hornbill Festival. Now we will move to next. Now, friends, we will take Lai Haryuba Festival. Recently, Tripura state has celebrated this festival. So this is one of the most important festival of Manipur Metai community. Guys, these community is major ethnic group of Manipur state, but these community also reside in the nearby states such as Assam, Meghalaya, as well as in the Myanmar and Bangladesh region. Now, guys, Lai Haruba actually means merrymaking of God. It is believed to be celebrated for the creation of this universe and to please the local deity named Umang Lai. So, friend, this festival is actually celebrated during the month of April and May, and it is celebrated through oral literature, music, dance, and ritual. So, basically, they want to showcase the entire culture of Manipur. Guys, in this festival, mainly the Pena musical instrument is used. Also, friends, during the celebration of this particular festival, Men and women, they usually perform a dance drama in front of god and goddess, and in this drama they usually depict the stories which is taken from the Ras Leela as well as from the other theme associated with the Lord Shiva and with the local deities. So, as I have told you that the Metais are the majority ethnic group of Manipur, they speak the language Methodian, which is also known as Manipuri, and it is recognized under the 8th schedule of Constitution of India. So, guys, this was all about the Lai Haryoba festival. Now we will move to next. Now, friends, we will take Chitrai festival. It was scheduled to be commenced on April 25th, but due to the ongoing situation, some of the major event of this particular festival has been cancelled. So, briefly, we will see about this particular festival. So, the Chitrai festival is actually a 2 week long festival, and it is one of the biggest celebration in the Madurai, and it is celebrated during the Tamil month of Chitrai. Friends, in this festival, there is reenactment of two major events. The first one is the wedding of Lord Sundar Sareshwar, which is a form of Lord Shiva, with goddess Minakshi, which is a form of Shakti and Lord Vishnu's sister. And the second event is the visit of Lord Alagar to the city. Lord Alagar is also one of the folk form of Lord Vishnu. So, guys, earlier these two events were separate, but during the rule of King Tirumalai Nayakar, both the festival were merged as a one single event. So guys, this is one of the important festival as it marks the symbolizing of unity of Shaivism as well as the Vaishnavism. So friends, that's all for today. Thank you so much.